Well, we are getting into the first match here, so that will be a best of one between Conclusion and Gripnokoma.
Here we go. We got the packs on the screen here. Let's see. We got some hounds here for Tom. Conclusion. What is he going to want here? I mean, there is a storm pack with some fire potential.
Looks like it's going to be Stormcallers from Agri.
Yeah, perhaps a standard pack. I mean, that's what I would imagine. I don't think he's the type of player to do storms on the line.
No, that would be quite spicy, but oh, maybe he could do like try some like 5 hound opener, try to play for the range. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case though.
Yeah, for sure. About equal hit points here. Marksman specialist for Conclusion with balls, so probably going to be aggro. I mean, it would be interesting to see if he's got assault marksman on the bar. He does not. Okay, he's got sort of, I guess, standard-ish techs. So maybe sometimes he likes that standard. We did see that in his heat map, so I guess that checks out.
And what is Conclusion going to buy here on round 1? Does have, of course, that marksman unlocked because he is a marksman spec. That is a new addition as of late.
Yeah, I'd say if he had assault marksman, that could be possible, but since he doesn't, probably hounds, right? I mean, do people still do arc lights these days?
I don't know. I think you have to play hounds. Oh, it is going to be the arc lights though. A little bit surprised about that.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well, but yeah, I guess people are like everyone has their own playstyles, and everyone's trying to figure out the meta. I feel like a lot of us has already firmly decided that hounds are superior on aggro, but perhaps not everybody.
And this used to be, well, the only thing that you could do in the past, and you could make it work. So why not now?
Absolutely. I mean, it did lose a bunch of HP, but I guess the HP doesn't matter tremendously because it is just sitting in the back, of course.
That is a good point. Right now, right side pushing in for Conclusion, although he already did lose a steel ball pack. Left side is pushing in for Agri, but without crawlers and with those slow fangs, doesn't look like he's going to get a very meaningful tower debuff. We'll have to see if these steel balls can make it over.
Yeah, everything's going to wrap around, I suppose. The arc light's probably going to fall to the Stormcallers. One is locked on, but it gets the shot off. We're going to get the tower. Oh my god, we're not... Oh, okay, the crawlers get it. I don't think we got a ball level, but that's pretty hard these days. It does happen, though.
That was a roller coaster at the end of the round, but it will be going over to Conclusion, if only barely.
Indeed. Did we get that ball level? No, we did not. Okay.
We've got some card variants here. Extended range Vulcans, Fortified Overlords, Fortified Hackers. Could see a ranged Vulcan, maybe, for Agri here, but looks like it's just going to be the underground threat. Conclusion probably needs to respect that.
Yeah, I agree. And looks like Tom is putting it like way in the corner, so pretty great there. Not many crawlers will turn, I guess. I'm not even sure how many crawlers turn when you do it like that. Is it all of them? Probably is all of them.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, perhaps not.
I think all the crawlers go forward for Conclusion.
Oh, really?
I don't think many of them will actually be turning because of
crazy.
The spawn in time.
Yeah. Yes, that's the power of putting it all the way in the corner like that. So we'll see how that works out. Like, you trade off like a little bit of time on the tower for basically having a much higher chance of the tower falling in general. So a nice move there. We can see Conclusion is not going for all the way in the corner, so really wants the crawler showing up early. That does make sense because he's trying to push in with the steel balls. And he does get his marksmans as well. The marksman will be able to kill the Phoenix that Gripnokoma is going for, so looking winnable here for Conclusion. We'll see, but losing the tower could be a problem. And the missile.
Have a look at that missile. Yeah, that is nasty looking. Oof.
Yeah,
man, that's kind of painful, and only 5 crawlers turning there on the left side for Conclusion, but that won't quite be enough.
Yeah, you were spot on. Really not many crawlers turn, so that's the power of putting that spell all the way in the corner.
It's very hard to deal with, and yeah, now the debuff, only 1 Arclight still alive, a bunch of fangs still to chew through, so I don't think Conclusion will be able to get out of this one alive.
And the power of a sentry missile like that early on is you just completely negate the ball's experience, right? So The thing with steel balls is if they get level 2 and equipment drops, you're basically in steel balls for a long time. But if you don't get those levels, you're closer to selling out, if anything.
Yeah, I am usually quite a fan of selling the steel balls, but it is somewhat, of course, negative tempo because there's just less stuff for your opponent to kill.
Yeah, for sure. Well, there's quick TP here. There's also barrier, and I think barrier for Gripnokoma is strong, but it looks like he wants the intensive. Intensive is also just a great card. Both players going for it, in fact.
It's so nice when you get it this early, and we immediately see a Mustang being picked up for conclusion with the level up. Perhaps some ball stang coming out, which is not very common these days.
Yeah, that is really interesting. And the location is like the exact same missile was there, but he just doesn't care. That's so ballsy.
He does have, I guess, a crawler on the shallow flank.
Yeah, I
So
guess you're
maybe
right.
that can take down the missile, if there is one more. For now, it looks like it's just going to be the range on the hounds for Agri. I would kind of like to see him click the first tower attack. Although I guess Conclusion doesn't already has the first tower defense enhancement, so can't really one-shot same level crawlers anyway.
Yeah, for sure. And looking at the Hound text for Gripnokoma, there is no armor, so the Mustang will have some staying power with helping them out. For now, though, this flank looks amazing, pulling a lot of crawlers. That's like 40 crawlers.
And this is very hard to deal with, mind you. There's not
Yeah.
really a cost-effective answer to this type of flank. I think Wasps is one of the better things you can do, but that's a 200 cost unit, and it'll still pull the crawlers anyway.
Yeah, that's right. It's just pulling so many resources plus making you deploy the 200. It's pretty nasty. I think it is like the best flank right now in the game.
That's going to be another round going over to a Gripnokoma. Should be pretty happy
Yeah.
with how things are looking here. Has a solid board. The Chafter is set up with the Hounds, and then has some DPS in the form of the Storms and the Phoenixes.
Yeah, and he's scaling too. He's got supply specialists, so 50 supply every single round. And now it's unit reinforcement time. And wow, that's 3 flying units and then Typhoons to counter it.
Yeah, speaking of Wasp, I guess there is something there for conclusion if he wants to try and defend the flanks.
Yeah, definitely interesting. It feels definitely pickable to me. We talked about how Conclusion does like flying stuff in general, especially the giants. So like Overlord is right there, and I don't know, doesn't look bad to me. His techs are high explosive. He's got the carry setup, but photon instead of mothership, so cannot summon wasps.
Will indeed go for that Overlord. Now, will he expect this play coming out from Agri, though? Have a look at that. Goes for the double Phantoms, pointed at that left tower. It's only level 2 for now, and a Hound on the left flank as well.
Yeah, that's nasty. All the crawlers turn. I don't know if I trust those arrows. So the phantoms will just get in.
Yeah, and at level 2, they'll definitely be able to take that down that level 2 tower pretty quickly.
I think so, yeah. Like if all the salvos go through, I think it already does around 24,000. So that's pretty quick.
And we get a steel ball in front of the Hounds there on the flank. I kind of like it. I guess it's able to tank for the crawlers. At the same time, if Agri ever puts a crawler in front of this, it's going to be very annoying.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a nice like temporary solution. I don't know. We'll see.
Oil also being put to use now. That right tower from Agri has picked up a level as well. And this will definitely kind of put a stop to this push from conclusion.
For sure. The Fang on the left, though, at least was clutch. Like, if that Fang wasn't there, this just would have been him taking, like, 1,500 or 2K or something. But instead, I think he's kind of mitigating fairly well here. The oil is a huge problem, though. Let's see if the boat can not get targeted too quick. Oh, there's one Phoenix on it. That's brutal. One more shot here, kill some Hounds. Nice.
Ideally, he needs to get rid of as many Hounds as possible, but
yeah.
Won't even really kill the Phoenixes from the looks of it. That's another great round, and that will send conclusion down to sub 2k hit points as we enter round number 5.
Yeah, and there's no possibility for a unit reinforcement here, as we just had one. So let's see what we got here. We've got Barrier. I don't think mass-produced Rhino is real here. Advanced Missile and Absorption.
Both of
I
them just
mean,
deciding to skip. The absorption kind of looked okay though. It's usually very good on an overlord.
all right, sounds good. Now, what do we do about the oil?
Yeah, I mean, I guess beaconing away is the way to deal with it.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Just boats everywhere. I mean, the splash tech is going to be really helpful dealing with like the hounds eventually. Oh yeah, we just immediately take it. Interesting.
I love this AG pickup from Conclusion. I think it's like probably one of the best things that you can do into something like the hound boards.
Yeah, I agree. It's a really nice move. I mean, it's hard to intercept it as well. Like there are stangs out, so like it could be a possible line, but if it's not answered by something, it's gonna scale quite well.
Yeah, that's the one like scary thing here. I don't know if Conclusion has enough hit points to get this thing online, but if he ever manages to get to overload and range as well, I think he should be easily able to deal with this board. Interception on Mustang isn't really as much of an option anymore into carry overlord ever since that missile HP buff.
Yeah, it helps a lot for sure. Like you can do it. It really depends on if they're going tall boats or wide boats. Now, most people obviously go wide, like that's by far the most common thing, but sometimes you get into a situation where you have like additional deployment slot and you can spam the heck out of Mustangs and get there, but yeah, rather uncommon.
Oh, and I mean the use of the beacon was good, but that missile, or the missile rather, the tower debuff, not too good. The boats are doing a great job though. Have a look at that HE.
Yeah.
Actually managing to get rid of all the anti-air.
It's such a good tech. Wow. All right, he's on the board.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this to be a win for Conclusion, but that is best case scenario because he's only scaling, as you've mentioned.
Yeah, I think so. Like hounds usually scale okay, but I feel like they've been answered really well at this point.
All right, we get a Vulcan coming out here from Conclusion, and usually that signals just an oil play for one turn into a cell, but he opts to keep it and go for Incendiary Bomb. Is running the sticky oil bombs as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. You don't see that super often on aggro, period. And like there is fire extinguisher for the hounds, which is not like that expensive. So kind of interesting. Looks like
The
it's
Fire
Farseer.
Extinguisher might be the best response to this, because otherwise I don't know how you deal with this. Conclusion is turning his board from aggro into basically some type of long range or defensive board by using this beacon.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's really interesting having like a strafing Vulcan shooting incendiary bombs. And also look at this new boat all the way in the bottom wall there. That's just going to help deal with this underground threat.
And it shows up at the exact right time too, because impact drill has been taken on the crawlers. The underground threat
Mm,
is back off cooldown. That would have been a disaster. This right tower
yeah.
is unleveled.
Yeah, good point. He'll probably shore that up soon, I guess, because he's running away from that location. So, yeah, we'll see. Can the boats do it again? I mean, they have range now. They don't have overload, so they shoot rather slow, but, you know, they're
Oh
almost
no!
there.
Oh no! No no! The Vulcan!
Oh no, that is not ideal. uh,
That is insane.
I
Agri's
know.
units are so far back that the Vulcan is trying to shoot at the flank instead. Okay, we'll get off another salvo though, and that'll burn a good amount of the enemy board, and now this Overlord can maybe do something.
Yeah, the tower will fall, and probably the Phoenix will clean up that one. The Farseer cleans up the other one. What level is this tower? Level 2, so the crawlers won't really kill it. Can the Farseer get it done? Looks like it.
That should be the case. This high-level Phoenix is also quite annoying to deal with, but it's only going to be a small victory for Agrypnocoma, and I think Conclusion here might be okay with that. I wonder how he's going to fix the Vulcan, though, because I'm not sure if you can.
Um, yeah, does like the beacon trick help with that?
I don't think it does.
Okay. Huh.
As long as like Agri doesn't put any units like up front, that Vulcan should keep shooting at the flank, I imagine.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never seen a situation like that where it's shooting backwards. I mean, I've seen sideways, of course, but that is peculiar.
Maybe it was because of the beacon though. I think he beaconed like ever so slightly back. It might just be like some weird thing where the missiles are like barely in range of the flank
Yeah,
if
it
he
could
beacons
be.
backwards.
Are we going to see the launcher overload here? That completes the trifecta of techs and will be a huge power spike, but he also may not want to lower his range for quite a long time.
Yeah, I think you want it eventually, but for now he already picked a second tech on the Vulcan with that sticky oil bomb. And yeah, it's probably better to just get some levels on the Overlords if you can. The melters are not coming out, so damage is definitely something that should be on Conclusion's radar.
Yeah, makes sense. There's even a laser sight for this level 2 melter. That is pretty frightening.
Yeah, 71k hit points. Needs to really win the chaff war here, Conclusion,
Yeah.
to have a chance.
Yeah, definitely. Otherwise, the boats just take forever to kill it. But I mean, we'll see. Like, these Vulcans, the double tech, that's going to be fire everywhere. And there's no fire
And
extinguisher yet.
yeah, there's no fire extinguisher, no interception.
Yep.
Oh, it goes on the flank again.
Oh my gosh. He must be so annoyed by that.
I mean, that is like not insignificant either. It's burning like some chaff. Some of the steel balls are dying.
Yeah, the swing is insane. Instead of completely demolishing the opponent, you're semi-demolishing yourself.
All right, well, that second salvo though is absolute money.
Yes. That's insane. And we sniped the birds as well. So now it's just the Giga laser-sighted melter. Can it get every single boat? I don't think so.
No, that tower debuff is
Oh
perfect there
my
from
god.
Conclusion.
That's 2k damage, just shy.
That's a massive round. Agrippnocoma really needs to do something about this fire because he can't have those Mustangs and Hounds dying again.
I know, like he could even just put like a shield all the way at the front.
Yeah, I think you just click Sprinkler. Like you
Yeah,
have
that
to.
too. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. It looks like
Oh.
nuke time. I mean, it might not be a good nuke. We'll see. The beacon obviously has huge impacts here, and then there's like temp speed. And Conclusion took the amplifying core. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not sure what Agri is trying to hit here, though. I, I don't know if he's expecting Conclusion to now do a beacon the other way.
right. I wouldn't expect him to. So I find the nuke. I think his thought process is like the nuke will hit the Vulcan and will hit that one boat, and that's good enough. But I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Who knows?
I will say, though, both the Vulcan and like the 2 level 3 Overlords can survive the nuke.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, this will be interesting. The game could definitely end here. We'll see. I do love that this amplified level 3 Overlord is just like a carry machine that will just kill all the melters. That's going to be helpful.
Wow, and Agri, instead of going Sprinklers, goes for third tech on the Mustangs, which is Missile Intercept.
So that's for the Overlords, not for the fire bombs.
Well, I mean, it'll try to intercept both, of course.
Of course, yeah, but it's not going to work.
Yeah, that's why I think it's so weird. Like,
well, it's just for the
it's
boats.
kind
I
of
think it's okay. But the Mustangs might just die, right?
Yeah, like if they just burn because they can't intercept this fire.
Yeah. Okay, the tower's fortified to level 3. We still have boats. The Giga boat on the left is really what you want to watch here. It's all the way on the left here with the amplifying core. Melter's locked onto one of the boats here. I think it's going to go down. Yeah, it's not quite saved. We have 2 boats left. Mustang's connecting on the right. It's all up to the Giga boat, which I think will be... Oh, wait, fire's coming through. Oh, close round.
Looks like the interception there did make a big difference for Agri, but it's not enough to take the win in this first game.
Yeah, I thought that was going to end it, but nope.
But now you wonder, does Overload change things? Also, we've got a bunch of unit reinforcements, and Sledgehammers might be perfect here for Conclusion to deal with these melters.
That seems insane, especially if you like tech them and buy potentially more of them.
And that's exactly what he does. The armor has already been picked up. Triple sledge. Perfect
Yeah,
against the Mustangs and perfect against the Melters.
yeah, 100%. Really curious where his money's gonna go. Both players still sitting with their 1K plus cash here. Fire extinguisher was picked up, so I mean that makes perfect sense. If you keep your Mustangs alive, you've got a great fighting chance here. Range on the Vulcan, that was expensive. That was must have been like 700. And are they even living to connect with their attacks? Well, we're buying more, so we're trying for it. And I do like this new Vulcan. I mean, obviously against Fire Extinguisher, it may not look great. We'll have to see. I guess the idea is that your attack from the Vulcan itself could kill some hounds, and then the Fire Extinguisher is no longer there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is very hard to read. I do think that the Sprinkler is the correct move, though,
Yes,
but
definitely.
man, these sledgehammers are scary if you're angry.
Position's kind of interesting, no? Like, they're not up very high at all.
True. I
But I
guess
think
he's trying
it's
to time
good.
them in a way because of the beacon, but I would
Yeah,
have
yeah.
expected them a little further up front as well.
Just to be safe, right? Like, this is so tense. So it's really ballsy to not put them any higher. All right, we're extinguishing. We're doing our best. I mean, I think it's working so far. Looks like the Stangs are all alive. They're going to be intercepting a lot of the Splash Overlords here, so that's going to keep everything alive. And if we can't kill the Hounds, what do we do? Maybe that's why we range the Vulcans. It's looking okay. We're starting to kill some of them, but there's a lot left. But there's still like 10 Giants as well. Can the 4 Melters kill the 10 Giants?
The fire will land, and it looks like there's no Sprinkler Hounds left, so that means all the chaff will disappear. Now the Overlords have got free reign of the skies, trying to take down this Melter. Level 3 will fall. Level 1 still alive, will get the debuff, but a mere level 1 won't be enough to take down these level 3 boats, and so Conclusion will take the round, but won't take the game. This will go to round 10.
Yeah, I can't believe that. With all these Giants, we're going to round 10. Guess the Melters did quite well. Well, these are really low impact cards for round 10, I have to say. And with Melters on the battlefield, you don't even care about these like portables, but I guess Tom does. I mean, he can make a Giga Melter that's going to take the boats even longer to kill.
Yeah, sadly, his level 3 already has that laser sight, although I guess you don't really complain about that either. Fantastic item for a melting point. But
Yeah.
can just double the effective hit points on a Melter. That's exactly what it'll do. The level 2 there with that portable shield now equipped.
Yeah, interesting. We've got underground threats back as well, which honestly can be pretty powerful just to pull things around, especially with all the implications of fire. We're buying more boats. Tom still has 1,300 cash to play with. I'm not really sure what he will find most effective here. Like, he could just spam more Mustangs and say, I intercept everything, you know? But it's tricky. You also want, like, late hounds in case your early hounds die, right? You want, like, layers of fire extinguishing.
It's very tricky. The question is also, you've got 3 deployments. Do you really want to go for like 3 hounds on round 10? Like, don't
Yeah.
you want to just buy more giants? You kind of do, but at the same time, you need something to tank for them.
For sure. All right, we got the trifecta of Overlord techs. Here we go. Launcher Overload. That's going to hurt the range here by 20 meters against this long-range Melter army. So I'm not sure if it'll work out, but the DPS increase going to be huge, and it's going to help them against the missile interception tech of the Mustang. So here we go. I can't imagine the game will not end here. We've got the fire bombs going out. We need it to land and get a few kills before the fire extinguisher comes out. The bubbles are melting a little bit as well. We didn't burn too much of our own chaff. We still got crawlers trickling in. The sledges coming in at a pretty good time. We have no melter locks so far. I believe we're killing quite a lot here for conclusion, but we do have some melters starting to lock on. Just one boat, though. Can the boats get it done?
This blob of Sprinkler Hounds in the middle is trying to do everything they can. More melters were picked up for Agri, but was that the right choice with how many boats are still alive? And now the fire missiles raining down upon the battlefield. I think Conclusion might have just been able to grab a win, stabilize, and show that Overlord carry is well and truly back on the menu. Conclusion takes it here in his best of 1 over Agri and will be moving over to the winners finals. later on.
That was pretty masterful. Aside from that one hiccup with the Vulcan shooting backwards, like I really respect how long he took to take that launcher overload tech. Normally people rush for that, right? Like they feel the pressure of like my boats aren't performing hard enough. There's also like the missile interception, making it so that your boats aren't doing anything. But he waited until round 10. That is impressive, and that's why this guy is one of the best boat players in the world.
Yeah, and it showcases the power of this type of overlord setup. It really didn't see much play back when it was much easier to intercept the missiles, but yeah, now with the buff, you just can't intercept, and I think that was maybe a mistake from Agri. I will say it did win him around, so I guess it was correct there. But typically, once the overload does come down, your Mustangs just get bogged down. Like they're shooting down missiles, but they just can't get anything done.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, what a game to start things off. That was pretty crazy, and honestly, somewhat of an upset, I have to say. I mean, obviously, Conclusion is an insanely good player, but Tom is like, I mean, he's kind of like up there with like Flower Fairy and Scion at this point.
Yeah, very strong contender. And
now
Conclusion will feel very good, I think, going into that winner's final later.
Yeah, for sure. The momentum's going to be great for him. Now, speaking of Scion, we're going to have Scion replace Shark Hunter today.